Hi, this is Chet Wilkins with Sentry Builders. We're in New River, Arizona, just north of Phoenix, doing we did a metal building for Mike here on his property, a workshop and storage building. His building's a 24-foot by 30-foot building, fairly small for us, but it's a nice little building for him. We completed the building just recently. We're here to apply a concrete sealer, hardener, and densifier to his concrete floor. And we're using a product that we've obtained online. It is not a coating, it's not an epoxy that coats the top, it's actually a penetrating sealer, hardener, densifier. The product we used on my property a couple of years ago was a sodium silicate based product, and it penetrates down into the concrete. This that we're using today is a lithium silicate, and we've done a little bit of research online. It's a more expensive product. It costs about twice as much. This lithium silicate does, but we feel like it's going to be a better product for us and for the owner, and last better and perform better. This is what we've used. We got it online. I think we ordered it through Amazon. It ran about $220 if I remember correctly, and it's for a 5-gallon pail. Supposed to get about 600 to 800 square feet per gallon of coverage with this product. We think that we'll use probably a gallon, maybe a little bit more on this little shop that we're doing right now. My building that we did a couple of years ago, we do metal fabrication in that shop sometimes. We've pretty heavy use. We've got no scratching. Chipping has been minimum. Really pleased with how that product is performed, and we think this will do better to seal it and densify it. So this product goes in and penetrates into the pores of the concrete and chemically hardens it, densifies the concrete. It activates some of the particles down inside the concrete to make them harder and more dense. So that's basically the product, this lithium silicate. There are other products similar. I'm sure we're not trying to endorse this product specifically. I'm sure there's many others available, and you could make your own choice on what you use. One of the reasons that we've done this lithium silicate is it seems to be a more fluid or thinner, more liquid product. We feel like it's going to get a deeper penetration into the concrete. Like I said before, it's not a coating, it's not an epoxy, it doesn't coat the top of the concrete, it actually goes down in and seals the pores. For my use on my shop, I decided to do that instead of an epoxy. The epoxy, I've never had an epoxy floor, but I've heard people say that it gets chips, the chips on it, the surface gets chipped, and then they're a little bit difficult to repair the chips in it and keep it looking good. And so I just decided to use a sealer on it. However, this product that we're using can be done under an epoxy if you wanted to. If somebody wants to put an epoxy coating over the top of this, works perfectly. It's a great preparation for that product as well. I'm going to move inside and we'll talk a little bit about what we're doing on the inside and how we're going to apply this. I want to talk about the prep for this product. We've cleaned this floor, we've swept it out really good. We actually power washed it yesterday to get anything that we could off of it. So it's clean, it's dry, there's no oils or spills on it anywhere. Because the building is finished, we've taken and masked. We put some masking paper and masking tape down on the sides of these doors where the metal is exposed, and the walk-through door on the other side. Over there, we've masked that as well, just to keep this product off of it. We're not sure what it'll do to those finished surfaces. The easiest way to apply this would be a bare slab. If we had done this before the building went up, we wouldn't have to mask anything. It would be really simple to do. But on this one, we didn't end up doing it that way, so we're doing it after the fact. We're using just a garden sprayer, hardware store variety garden sprayer, pretty simple. We're going to spray this material on and then work it with a broom to work it in a little bit. I don't know if you can notice, I got a pair of old pants and old shoes on. These boots that I'm wearing I'm about ready to retire those, because I know from experience that I'm going to get spray on these things. It'll probably mess up the surface. My helper Parker that's here today, that's going to be brushing behind me, he's wearing a pair of rubber boots. He didn't want to get his tennis shoes messed up, and so just some protective footing or footwear wouldn't be a bad idea. The push broom that we're using is a medium to fine bristle broom, and all we're doing, the purpose of that broom is to try to spread things evenly. As we spray, we know that some of it's going to get heavier and lighter, and we may have a spot where it tries to puddle, and so coming behind with that push broom after we've sprayed it on and immediately spreading that out should give us a nice, even, consistent penetration on this. We're going to continue brushing this and spreading out any puddles or any thick areas until the surface gets a little bit tacky, just slightly tacky, and then we're going to brush our footprints off and get off of it. We should have little or no excess material on here. There shouldn't be a chalky surface when it's done the next day. If there is, that does eventually wear off, or it can be taken off with a floor scrubber or something like that. So that's the method that we are going to try to use on this. If you use this product or similar product, of course, refer to their instructions, their technical data, and try to make it as good as you can. We're going to get started spraying this and spreading it, and we'll probably do a video. Will be a little bit intermittent. We're not going to bore you with the whole process as we're spraying this thing out. We're going to try to just spot a couple of things. So let's get started. So this concrete surface is a real good hard trowel finish. It's actually got a reflection off of it. You can see, or you may be able to see in this video, but it is hard enough trowel that it's really tight finish. I'm trying to kind of overlap my spray a little bit and get a good finish on it. This is my second coat that we're doing on this. I'm just spraying it. We're going to try to use all of this 2 gallons that I've got. I've got maybe a half gallon left. I'm trying to spread it somewhat evenly and get as much as this concrete will absorb, so it absorbs down as deeply as we can. So we've got 2 layers or 2 coatings of it. We've got a pretty good film all the way across there. I'm just about out of material. I got maybe a quart of material left. I really don't want to go back through and do the whole thing again. I think we're going to brush it again, maybe. Brush the whole thing again, make sure we don't get any puddling on it, and then be done with it and be off of it. This edge here is a broomed edge where our sloped concrete is outside our door. I'm going to use a little bit more of it here. Maybe it'll absorb better in that broomed finish. Other than that, we're pretty well done. After that second coat, went back through and brushed the entire surface again. We really don't have any puddles standing. We've got still some wet surface, but I've got a really good consistent film over the whole shop, and I think we're pretty well done with this phase. So one of the reasons that we really like this product, or this type of product, is it's a water cleanup. Turn the water on, Parker. The broom that I used to do this on my shop 2.5 years ago, we still use every day quite regularly. But it's just a water cleanup on this on the tools. We can wash this broom off with water if we can get some water through the hose. A water cleanup, but it's not considered as a hazardous material, so it's a fairly safe product. It can be used inside of a closed-in building safely, as the instructions say on it. The sodium silicate that I used on my shop a couple of years ago, is considered a hazardous material, or it's a little more dangerous to work with. That's another reason why we like using this lithium silicate instead of the sodium silicate. I think that broom is probably okay. We're going to wash this sprayer out. We'll rinse it out, put the lid back on with some material in it, pump it up again, spray some water through the nozzle through the applicator, and be done. Again, this is Chet Wilkins with Sentry Builders. We're in New River, Arizona. Just finished sealing this floor for Mike's building, standing in front of his building now. I hope this is helpful. That's why we do these videos, is to try to be as helpful to our clients as we can. Good luck with your project, and call us if you need to. Thanks. Bye-bye.